We both trained with large firms, and we were actually reminiscing about a year ago, weren't we, about what we used to do and how we were instructed that when we did an audit or a set of accounts, what information were we instructed to gather for the partner. And we never realised at the time, we were 21, you come out of university and off you go, and you're carrying a file around and you're doing your audits and whatever. And actually what we were trained to do in my firm, and I shall remain anonymous, but it's a large one, PwC, was that when we looked through the client's debtor list or creditor list, their customers and their suppliers, what we were looking for were local businesses of a similar size to what we were auditing or doing the accounts for, and we'd note those down. Now, we didn't have Fame or Confernce, we're talking about the 1980s here, but what we'd then do is discuss those clients, those suppliers or those customers with the partner, and the partner say, yeah, I like that firm, I want to act for that one, I want to act for that one. And then the partner would take that reduced list, and when they're talking to the client about the dull stuff of audit and accounts, the partner would say, well, I notice you sell to Joe Bloggs of Smith down the road. Is that the sort of client I should be acting for? And of course, the existing client would say, yeah, you should be. He said, well, you wouldn't mind me giving me a testimonial, would you? Because I'm thinking of writing to him or sending the brochure. In those days it was. So it's just the old stuff still works, doesn't it?
It really does.
We reminded, we were laughing last year about, we've forgotten to do that. We've forgotten to look through our existing clients, debtors and creditors, and say, are there any on there that we should be acting for, and ask our client for a testimonial.
That is an absolute winner, and I'm sure a number of you say, oh, I'd forgotten about that. Good idea, I must do that tomorrow when we get back to the ranch. Please write it down, because without a doubt, here's what I hear. Oh, Gordon, I'll have you know, 80% of our new clients come from client recommendations. We must be doing something right. My response is now very typically, yeah, good, obviously, but what does it mean in terms of existing clients, referrals per existing client? So how many clients did you win last year, and divide that by the number of clients you've got. When you do that calculation, typically it's a very different picture. The average, you might as well note this down, the average is 1 in 35. So across the accounting profession, your client statistically will refer a client to you once every 35 years. Now,
and people think that's good, right? Oh, 80% of my referrals come from existing clients. It's just rubbish, isn't it?
It's garbage. I'd be dead by the time it was my turn. So, think about it like that and say, well, why aren't I getting it down to 1 in 5? And there are 2 firms that I know, to my certain knowledge in the room today, that have got it down to 1 in 5. 20% growth through client recommendation alone. And I can tell you this, they're not doing anything fancy, but they are doing things like, let's have a look at the sales ledger, let's have a look at the purchase ledger. Let's get a testimonial from every client I see every single year. Think of it in those terms. You don't come away from a client meeting without asking for a testimonial. Get it onto your agenda.
Yeah, when you've got your final meeting agenda, there's a lot of killer things you can put on there that you'll talk about a bit later. One of them, the questions is, are we doing a good service for you? Are you happy with what we're doing? And would you be happy to give me a testimonial? Would you be happy to recommend me to these clients? Those 3 questions should be on every partner or manager's agenda when you see a client. And if you are sensible and are outbound and go out with your accounts rather than being lazy and let the clients come in, if you're prepared to change and go out and sit with clients on their premises, the questions and the testimonials just flow.
They do. Okay, so we're now